Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a strength trainer? Today, I'm with Sarah Sertle, who coaches her clients online. In Sarah's words, I help people get stronger so they feel empowered to live their lives and have adventures. And you know how I like adventures. I teach people how to do different strength exercises without getting hurt. Create programs for them so they know when to do it and how to do it and coach people through the struggles they may have along the way. As for the rest of it all, I keep track of all of my clients and business stuff like the money. I post content daily on social media to get new clients, a blog, and I send out emails. That is the life of a solopreneur there, folks. So welcome, Sarah.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what do you do as a strength trainer? Tell us what your job is.
I do everything in my business, like you said, as a solopreneur does. When it really comes to the strength training, it's really teaching people how to do exercises because we don't really know how to go lift weights in the gym or anything like that. And so I teach people how to do that so they feel comfortable walking into a gym, picking up a weight and going, yeah, I do know what to do with this. Teaching people how to not get hurt while they get stronger. And then for some clients, I'm writing them programs. So I'm saying, these are the exercises you do on Monday. These are the exercises you do on Wednesday. This is what you do on Friday. But I also have some group programs where we as a whole group are learning together and working out together and getting stronger together.
Tell me, what's the coolest skill you learned that you never thought would matter, but it absolutely does?
Getting stronger, which is the whole point of my business, but specifically because of the effects that you would never imagine. So, like one time I was on a train and I had this big suitcase. I was on a trip and I needed to lift the suitcase up overhead. And I'm looking at this giant suitcase, but I lifted it up and I put it up just like you would in an airplane. And everybody's kind of looking at me like, there's no way she can do this. There's no way she can get that up there. Like, should we help? But I just popped it up there and everyone just kind of looked, stared at me. They're like, I can't believe you just did that. And so I really love the skill of getting strong because of all the weird unintended consequences of it. And it's really fun to just see people be so surprised that you're like, oh, yeah, I got this. And like lift up a heavy box or something.
Okay, so I'm going to blend this in with what you just said about being on a train. So you've got your suitcase up there. You look around and somebody goes, "Tell me what you do." Not an elevator pitch, but give me 3 words so that I'll be able to remember you. So what are 3 words you would use to describe yourself?
It's funny because the thinking about it, the ones I came up with have nothing to do with strength training at all. I think for myself, I am creative, and that definitely ties into writing programs for people and figuring out what exercises to teach people. I'm passionate. I'm extremely passionate about what I do. I love working with people and helping them get stronger. And then I'm also very colorful. I have lots of color everywhere in my life. And my whole business is has a lot of color mixed in because my logo is a kettlebell with a rainbow on it. My website is very colorful. I love bright colors everywhere. So I feel like that really comes through like with my whole business in general.
Yeah, and that always helps with your mood too. I'm all about colors and
Mhm.
mood, so I totally get
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Yeah. What is something you're oddly good at that has nothing to do with your job title?
Making friends. Everywhere I go, I make friends. I also dance. I do swing dancing. And so we go to these big weekend events where we're all dancing together all weekend essentially and taking classes. And I come home from every single one and I tell people, "Oh, I made so many friends this weekend." Or I go places and I come back and, "Oh, I made some friends this weekend."
I can attest to that because we've become friends. So,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, you are one of the most friendly folks I've met in our little group. So, thank you.
Thank you.
What skill do you rely on when things don't go according to plan?
I would say flexibility. So being able to say, okay, well, this didn't work. Let's try this instead. And really being able to just kind of shift and go with the flow when things happen. Because if you sit and you dwell when something doesn't go right, then you're just going to get stuck there. And so being able to just say, okay, well, do I have a backup plan? Let's try that. Let's see what's next and kind of being able to shift and move on. Be upset about it if you want to, but then kind of regroup and say, what's next? What are we going to do? What am I going to put my energy into?
That's a great skill to have. Now, in the Charms book series, Addie has a family. That's what I call family who are friends. They're not blood related, but they are family. So, family. And we all know in the end of book number 3, something happens to Jackson. But in book number 4, he comes home and Addie is being the little project manager that she is and taking over his wellness program to help him gain his strength again and get him back to like what he needs to do. So she gets that coach's whistle and she's going at it being the little 15-year-old, I'm going to make you better again, little kid that she is. So
Yes.
that's one thing I love about my little Addie is the way she's just like a total cheerleader. But she has this family around her. So, Jackson is one of those. And who did you have who helped shape your skills outside of school?
So many people. I, I am very lucky to have had a lot of support along the way, family and people outside my family. But I think for what I do now, the people who have made the most impact are the 2 coaches who taught me how to lift weights and my teaching mentor. So the coaches who taught me how to lift weights, when I joined a gym after college, I didn't start moving much or exercising until after college, even though I wish I had started way, way, way earlier. And they took me under their wing and they really taught me how to lift weights and get stronger. And that really honestly changed my life because here I am as a strength coach and I really learned so much from them. And then my teaching mentor for teaching dance, he really taught me everything I know about teaching. I used to teach kind of like basic the way everybody does. And then after working with him for a couple of years, like I really turned into an incredible instructor and because of him. And he taught me to think of things in a different way and really come at problems not the way I was used to. So it really helped me teach people better and just get used to moving my body better and like all sorts of different things. So I would say those 3 people really changed my life.
It is fantastic. I love those stories. What is one small thing a kid could practice this week that would help them later?
I would say just explore how your body moves. So many people are disconnected from their bodies and don't really understand how it works, how it moves. And so when they're trying to do something, a lot of times that's when they get hurt. So just taking time to practice, like, how does my arm move? Like, what can I do? How do my joints move? What can I do with my body? Can I crawl? Can I roll over? Exploring all of these different things really, really helps you throughout your entire life. Can I balance on one foot? What happens if I bend to the side? So just taking a couple minutes each week or each day just to kind of explore like, can I twist? Can I reach? Can I bend? Can I crawl? Can I balance? Is just a really great skill to understand about yourself.
We agree 100% with that. So, so thank you for being on the show with us, Sarah. Everyone, go check out what she does on her Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. It is Sarah with a H dot Sertle, Siertle. So go check her out, and there's links below. Um, and thank you for watching Books That Build Skills. Today's story sparked an idea, gave you courage, or helped you see what's possible, then it did its job. Now remember, skills are not born, they're built. One choice, one challenge, one brave step at a time. So hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and keep exploring, building, reading, and dreaming big. I'm Loxley Brown. This is Books That Build Skills. And you're just getting started.